Alright, so I'm back. Moved some things around. The phone I needed to take care of, and I took care of a couple of things I needed to take care of. So. Let's take this tiny little stack, put it back in its envelope, double stack these thick, massive amounts of no evidence, massive amounts of fraudulent claims that's slandering my name and defamating my character, decimating my character. It's definitely slandering my name. And let's take a look at the truth. Should we? Shall we take a look at the truth? Let's take a look-see. I have so much stuff I don't even know where to set it, you know what I mean? So this is from Akron Children's Hospital ship. Without the ship. It's Akron Children's Hospital. This was their ID numbers when they had their surgeries, when they had their dental extractions. Clearly, evidence of decay on a tooth. That doesn't happen from the time period that I had them by myself. That happens from the time period that you were here, which is documented too. And this is Bright Now Dental, which is where I had taken her before they went to the Akron Children's to have their surgery, in which case nobody instructed me to do so. I did it because it needed to be done, because you destroyed their teeth. Altman. Oh, this is for myself when I broke my toe. Yeah, this is when I crawled around on the ground for 4 weeks, taking care of my 2 kids when they were little babies, because nobody would even come and help me take care of them. I had to do it by myself. Gladly. I'll do anything for my children. Oh. So, this was when I had to go to Social Security to get his Social Security card. Go. I'm in the middle of doing something. I'm busy right now. You guys need to go. What's the matter? Oh, you guys are just playing? Whatever. So, yeah. You don't have any Social Security cards for either of the children. You don't have any birth certificates for either of the children. You don't have any custody papers for either of the children. You don't have anything from either of the children. I had to go and get his Social Security. He was not even acknowledged by Social Security for the first 3.5 years of his life. I made that happen. I'm the one that got him hooked up onto my Social Security like I did his sister. And to do so, I needed his Social Security card. And to get that was not an easy task, but I'm the one that invested my time, my money, my energy, my resources, and made it happen for my son. I know how to care for him. There's all my bank statements and all the bills that I pay. Everything that I do taking care of the kids. And here is a letter. Let's read this, shall we? Enclosed herein is a copy of the bill and entry. Okay, so this is a notice of dismissal. Pursuant to Ohio Rules of Civil Procedure, Rule 41A, the defendant has, by and through undersigned counsel, hereby files this notice of dismissal of the motion to change legal custody. In the above listed cases, the pretrial date set for this matter on November 1st, 2018 is hereby canceled. This was the second time that she purged an affidavit and the first time that it was filed in court. Respectfully submitted by Nikki Reed. So I'm saying the attorney was upset that when she was paid money and obtained to file paperwork, that the money was withdrew and returned before the paperwork was filed, even though she had the purged affidavit. She was upset from that. At this second time around, she was further upset that she was allowed by her client, well, second of all, obtained a second time by her client, permitted the first time to file the purged affidavit by her client, but then, in the middle of the hearing, in the middle of the proceedings, demanded that the case be dismissed. So Nikki Reed has been upset and had it out for me ever since the first time, let alone the last time, the second time, when her client dropped the entire case. And it'd probably be backwards, but If you can read that backwards, this is submitted by her. Pursuant to Ohio Rules of Civil Procedure, Rule 41A, Defendant Heather Ann Seabolt, by and through undersigned counsel, files this notion of dismissal, motion to change legal custody in the above listed case numbers. The pretrial date set for this matter on November 1st, 2018 at 3:20 p.m. is hereby canceled. Respectfully submitted, Nikki Reed. Nikki Reed Law Offices. So, it's easy to see she has a personal vendetta towards me. That's fair to say. She's upset that, you know what I mean, 2 times she tried to do this, that she lost, per se. She didn't win. I won. I always win. That's all I do, is win, win, win. You know why? Because I'm honest. Because I'm truthful. And because I'm smart. I don't do corrupt things that are illegal. So just the same, if the things that I already read in these papers was true, then why was this case dismissed? And this was filed October 9th, 2018. You can see. There's a stamp. It says 2018, October 9, p.m., 12:02. That's when this was filed. Just a second, bud. So I'm saying it's very simple to see. If the children were in any real danger, if you were a mother, would you ever leave your children? No, she did. If you were a mother, would you ever leave them twice? No, she did. If you were a mother, would you leave them 3 times? No, she did. Okay? If you were a mother and you already had this already in court and all you had to do was nothing, show up and prove that I'm this bad monster, why did you dismiss this case and wait over 2 years to refile the same lies that at this point was 1 year old and is now, these lies are 3 years old? If you cared about their safety, you was worried about them in any way, you would have never done that. You're lying. I just proved it. Any reasonable person can see that. And this is from my attorney. This is what he mailed me when it was done. And he texted me, unreal. The last time that I heard from my attorney was he texted me the words, unreal. So, yeah. This paper and this paper, stack of papers of each, these are his and hers full body physicals that I had at Akron Children's Hospital. Full body physicals. And this was for their dental extractions. Her appointment was January 17th, 2019. That's when her extractions was removed. And his appointment was January 18th, 2019. That's when his extractions was removed. And you left December 18th. 30 days before this, 30 days before this. Or 32, it doesn't matter. You get the idea. You were here to take them to these appointments. And you abandoned them telling me, I can't do it. You want to file paperwork 3 years later talking about the stuff that I didn't do? I did it by myself, without you. Remember, the first time that you was here, the second time, the third time that you came back, and we was trying to do, you know, for the children, not each other, for the children. But you thought it was going to be for me, and then it wasn't, so you left. Remember, the first time you came back, you stole my Christmas and New Year's, remember? Which would have been the second time you left, and then the second time you came back, which would have been the third time you left, we had Thanksgiving, because you was here from November 10th till December 18th, which means you left a week before Christmas, purposely trying to hurt them, to ruin their Christmas. And my New Year's just the same. Me, them, New Year's, Christmas, whatever, all just the same. But you left 30 days before you had the opportunity to go. And you actually did go to one of their appointments. Remember, you fell down the escalator? You fell backwards when it was going up, and then you had to ride it on your butt all the way up until you got up and get to the top, and then you rolled over and pushed yourself up like you do to get up off the floor. You're not in any fit condition to take care of the kids, okay? Not just physically, mentally, financially, spiritually, in any way. The only way you'd ever be able to take care of them is financially, and that's through Mama. You don't have the mental capacity. You don't have the patience. You don't have the go-to or the no-to. You have nothing. So, just the same, full-body physicals documented. Which brings me to another thing. Here's my lease agreement in here. I've been here since August 5th, 2016. February 5th will be 4.5 years. I've been in the same house. They've lived in the same house with me every day, 4.5 years. They don't remember living at Grandma's before we moved here. They don't remember that. So they don't remember you being with them any of the time at Grandma's, because they don't remember living at Grandma's. All they remember is living here with Daddy for all this time. Mind you, I've had the stability to have my own place for all this time, to take care of my own kids by myself all this time. How many places have you lived in the past 3.5 years? 2.5 years? Do you have any documentation or proof of any of this? That's what I thought. Who's the unstable one? Okay. We can see. And also, when it came to the point of doing their toes, as of course you never had anything fixed, I had everything fixed. So when it came to the point of doing their toes, they was rejected the surgery, because the surgery is only reserved for specific hard tightened overlapping toes, not ones that are side by side, and they're only reserved for toes that are stiff, that don't bend. And they said that my kids' toes had the most flexible toes they've ever seen, which is because of what I'd done to save them. They said it's the way that God made them, and it'll naturally progress and get better, specifically with the help that I've given them to fix their toes during this time. But the man said that because of what I'd done, that I saved their toes, and they didn't have to have their toes broke and put pins in once they spun them in their proper place, because I fixed them. And the only reason I was able to do that was because you wasn't here.